If you want a non-toxic electric griddle, the real win is choosing coatings that are PFAS-free and designs that don't flake, warp, or scorch food at the edges, because performance problems are usually what pushes people to crank heat too high and ruin the surface. Today I'm counting down the 7 best non-toxic leaning electric griddles and griddle hybrids, what I liked, what annoyed me, and which ones I'd actually keep on the counter for everyday breakfasts, meal prep, and quick dinners. Seven, Hamilton Beach Electric Grill and Griddle. The Hamilton Beach is the odd one out here because it leans more indoor grill than classic pancake griddle, and that's both its strength and its headache. It uses a pre-seasoned cast iron cooktop, and the big promise is that cast iron holds heat better than aluminum for more even browning. When I tested it with burgers and chicken, that heat retention felt real. Once it got hot, the surface stayed stable and gave me that sear-like finish you don't always get from lighter electric griddles. The temperature is adjustable up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's the kind of heat sealing that helps you do more than just breakfast. But cast iron comes with trade-offs, and this is where number 7 earns the spot. The pre-seasoning helps reduce sticking, but it's still not wipe clean and done like ceramic nonstick. If you cook sugary marinades or cheese-heavy foods, you'll work a bit harder after. And because it's cast iron, you're also thinking about keeping the surface happy long-term, not just blasting it and forgetting it. I also found it less ideal for delicate foods. Eggs were doable, but not effortless, and thin pancakes required more attention than on a slick ceramic surface. If your goal is a low-stress, truly beginner-friendly pancake machine, this isn't it. Where it shines is when you treat it like an indoor flat top. Fajita veggies, burgers, smash-style breakfasts, and quick sears when you don't want to smoke up a pan. For a lot of people, though, the non-toxic goal is simplicity plus clean release, and this one demands more relationship building than most buyers expect. Number 6, CRUX Electric Griddle. The CRUX goes big right away. It's built around a large 12-inch by 22-inch cooking surface with an adjustable temperature dial and a slide-out drip tray for fat and juices. It's also marketed as PTFE and PFOA free, which is exactly the kind of label many shoppers want when they say non-toxic. Cooking space is the first thing you feel. I could do a full breakfast line, pancakes, eggs, turkey bacon without playing Tetris, and that makes it great for families or meal prepping. It also uses a higher power heating system, commonly listed at 1650 watts, and the warm-up felt quick for its size. Now the honest part, despite the fast heat and the slick feel at first, the cooking consistency wasn't my favorite. On wide griddles, edge-to-center heat can be the difference between perfect stack and one side is always pale, and I had to shuffle food around more than I wanted. That's not a deal breaker, but it is annoying when you're trying to cook hands-off. The coating is another mixed bag. It released well when new, but I'm always cautious with extra slick coatings on high-heat appliances because most people eventually crank heat for searing and shorten the coating's best days. So while it checks the PTFE PFOA-free box, I still wouldn't call it the most worry-free long-term option unless you're gentle with temps and tools. Still, CRUX is easy to like if you want a big, modern-looking surface and you cook a lot of brunch foods. If you mainly want convenience and capacity, it makes sense. Just know you're paying for size and speed more than precision cooking. Five, GreenLife Electric Griddle. The GreenLife is one of the clearest non-toxic positioning products on this list. It uses a ceramic non-stick surface that's explicitly free of PFAS, PFOA, lead, and cadmium. And it's built like a classic breakfast griddle with a huge 10.5-inch 20-inch aluminum cooking surface and a removable probe for adjustable temperature control. In real cooking, this one felt like the easiest to live with day to day. Pancakes released cleanly with minimal oil, eggs slid without drama, and the surface cleaned up fast, more wipe and rinse than scrub and pray. It also runs at 1500 watts, which was plenty for steady breakfast production. What I liked most was how even enough it cooked for typical home use. I didn't need to chase hot spots much, and that's what makes a griddle feel relaxing. You pour, you flip, you move on. The removable drip tray also helps if you're cooking bacon or sausages and want less mess. If I'm being picky, the main limitation is that it's very much a griddle, not a grill. You can cook proteins, sure, but you're not getting ridges, press-style contact cooking, or that panini press versatility some people want. So it's perfect if your griddle life is pancakes and meal prep, but it won't replace a countertop grill. Overall, GreenLife hits the sweet spot for people who want a straightforward, PFAS-free ceramic surface and a big cooking zone without moving into bulky, multifunction territory. It's a comfort pick that feels designed for everyday cooking. Number 4. Presto 7046. The Presto Tilt and Drain Big Griddle is a clever design that solves a real problem: greasy cooking. It can sit level for pancakes, then tilt for meats, so grease drains toward the drip tray, and it's built around a PFAS-free ceramic nonstick surface. When I tested it with bacon and burgers, that tilt feature wasn't a gimmick. It genuinely kept the cooking area less swampy, and it made the finished food feel less greasy. Presto also uses its Control Master heat control concept to maintain cooking temperature automatically, which helped keep batches consistent. The cooking area is huge, and it's the kind of surface where you can feed a group without doing multiple rounds. It's even described as being able to cook as many as 12 slices of French toast at a time, and in practice it did feel party breakfast ready. Cleanup was another win. With the heat control removed, it's described as fully immersible, and that's a big deal for a large griddle because awkward wiping is usually what makes people hate using them. The slide-out drip tray also makes quick cleanups realistic. If you want a non-toxic leaning ceramic surface, big capacity, and a design that's actually meat-friendly, the 7046 earns its spot. It's not fancy, but it's smart in the ways that matter in a busy kitchen. 3. Bella XL. The Bella XL is a popular budget-friendly healthy cooking style griddle, typically positioned around easy non-stick cooking and simpler cleanup. It's aimed at people who want a big surface for breakfast staples without paying premium prices. In my testing mindset, this is the griddle I'd grab for volume pancakes, quick quesadillas, and fast egg and veggie scrambles, foods where you care about speed and convenience more than precise temperature control. The XL footprint is the main value. You stop cooking in tiny batches. The release was good for basic breakfast foods, and the surface felt forgiving when I used just a light coating of oil. That forgiving feel is what beginners need. You don't want to baby the tool, you want it to work. Where it can fall behind the higher-ranked options is the premium feel and long-term confidence. With a lot of budget non-stick appliances, you're relying on gentle tools and moderate temps if you want it to stay in its best condition, and it's not the one I'd pick if you constantly cook high-heat proteins. But for everyday breakfast and simple weeknight use, Bella's value is real. Big cooking area, easy operation, and good enough performance that keeps you cooking at home. It's a practical middle-of-the-list pick. Number 2. Presto 07061. The Presto is one of the most storage-friendly big griddles because the handles are removable, so the base can fit in many standard 18-inch cabinets. It also uses a PFAS-free ceramic nonstick surface and Presto's Control Master heat control to maintain your selected temperature automatically. Cooking on it feels like what most people actually want from an electric griddle: big space, predictable results, and minimal fuss. I could run pancakes on one side and eggs on the other without worrying that one item would finish way earlier because the heat wandered. I also like the built-for-real-life details. The heavy cast aluminum base is described as virtually warp-proof, and that matters because warped griddles create oil pooling and uneven cooking over time. The slide-out drip tray is simple but effective for bacon days. Cleanup is another strong point. With the heat control detached, it's described as fully immersible, which makes it far more likely you'll actually wash it properly instead of doing that lazy wipe that leaves old grease behind. The removable handles also make cleaning less awkward than many extra-large griddles. If you want a large PFAS-free ceramic griddle that stores well and behaves consistently, the 07061 is a near-perfect buy-it-once option. It's not flashy, just solid, which is exactly why it ranks number 2. 1. Cuisinart Electric Griddler. The Cuisinart earns number 1 because it's not just a griddle, it's a multi-tool that can replace multiple countertop appliances. It offers 5 cooking options: contact grill, panini press, full grill, full griddle, and half grill, half griddle, using removable reversible plates. In actual use, that flexibility changes how often you reach for it. Breakfast, flip to the griddle side and do eggs and pancakes. Lunch, panini press mode gives you crispy sandwiches with melty centers. Dinner, full grill mode is great for proteins and veggies, and the grease management is helped by the built-in drip tray concept many reviewers highlight. Temperature control is also more advanced than most basic griddles. It's listed with adjustable temps from 175 degrees to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, plus a sear function that hits 450 degrees Fahrenheit for a short burst before dropping, useful when you want color without overcooking. The LCD display and timer make it feel more like a controlled appliance than a simple hot plate. Cleanup is where I expected it to be annoying, but it wasn't. The plates are removable and described as dishwasher safe, and once you get in the habit of popping them out, it's way easier than scrubbing a fixed surface. You also get a scraping tool included, which makes it feel like a complete system rather than, good luck, here's a hot slab. If your non-toxic goal is partly about reducing the need for excess oil and making home cooking easier, the Griddler is the most lifestyle upgrading option on this list. It costs more than a basic griddle, but it can genuinely replace a panini press, a grill, and a griddle in one footprint, and that's why it's my number 1.